Hello! Welcome to ASWT. Oh, that's the first time I've introduced us like that.
As opposed to,
A story worth telling.
let's maybe be consistent with the old branding.
Yes, boss. Hello! Welcome to A Story Worth Telling, where we do LGBTQ plus representation, and it's Pride Month, which is even better.
Woo!
And we're back with Heartbreak High, Season 2.
She got bitten by a snake.
Snake.
Yes, she did, and she could be dead.
What?
And also we had some brilliant sex exploration.
Sexploration.
Sexploration.
With Cash and Darren.
Yeah.
By
And
the
new
lakeside.
forms of sex being shown on TV that kind of represents a wider
Yeah.
range of people.
It was just like, an exciting hug.
I've got a theory
That's
that
sad.
Bird Psycho is the very bad teacher.
You think so?
Yeah, I reckon he's Bird Psycho.
You think it's teacher?
Because when he showed up, all that shit was going on.
That's good detective work.
It's not really, it's just a guess
it's
in the
not.
dark.
If you're new to this channel, then welcome. We have a load of content, lots of shows that we review and critique. I think.
And we have a collection called the Stories Collection on our merch site. And this is one of them. And this is celebrating Heartbreak High.
This
You
is
got-
the first outing for this one.
Yes, you got the shag mat,
Cute.
which I quite like.
Yeah. Did you design the shagged map yourself?
I did. I even put the Destiny line, which is like the gold one that they're all about.
Is that linking you and me?
You-
It's going from left to right.
No. What does that mean? Oh, right, yeah.
Anyway,
So
so
yes,
check
we've
that
got a
out.
range of other ones
Yeah.
as well, kind of like celebrating all the queer content that we love, and it pays homage and tribute to it. So it's really beautiful. And this Pride Month is really special because we are donating and raising funds for Mermaids UK, which is a trans and gender diverse charity in the UK here. It's really, really special. It's really beautiful, and it like transforms so many lives. So the link is below. Please donate whatever you can. Yeah, support the lovely community.
Go have a look.
Yes.
It haunted her,
Come on, girl.
consumed her.
You've got this, gal.
Wait, she dead?
No,
Oh my god.
this was a test of her resolve.
She lives!
Oh my god, this is genius. This is such an obvious
handwriting.
way to cross-check handwriting samples.
She's the only person I know that almost died and still. Jesus, Quinny!
Oh, I like that.
That is a lot of strain.
And any more bird psycho attacks since camp, so I think we might be in the clear, Quinn.
I think it's over. They probably freaked out when they nearly killed you, so.
Or they realized I was closing in on them.
Okay, well, either way, you don't need to investigate anymore, babe.
Who have you ruled out? Most people.
We've ruled out Zoe because she was just tickling the pearl. And everyone knows you can't masturbate and plot to attack someone at the same time. It's just physically impossible.
I have read the incident report, and you both failed woefully in your duty of care. Both the SLT and the Comprehensive Understanding of Masculinity classes will be suspended until the end of term.
It's probably for the best.
Like, is it about what happened at camp? Because, yeah, I said I was sorry. I was completely.
It's not about camp. I don't think you're ready for this.
No, I am.
No, you're still figuring stuff out.
The mushrooms say otherwise, girl.
I really like you.
I like you too. That's kind of why I have to do this.
How is this easy for you?
It's not easy for me.
Rowan is so mature. I would be like, you said her name!
And that's why he's single. Look, I think it's tough to be heard the truth about these matters, particularly when it's like this kind of new and exciting thing. To be told you're not ready for something serious is a bit like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, because there's a little bit of like playing down to someone, kind of like,
Yeah, like,
oh, you're
the
immature.
same age as
and it's
me,
like, well,
like-
you don't really know what's going on in my mind entirely. You can guess. So you don't have the right. But I think he said the right thing really more, which was like, I have to do this for me. Saying something
equal
like,
footing.
I don't want to be collateral shows so much self-worth. Because I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of young people, and especially queer people, we forget our own self-worth sometimes when we get mixed up in like people's relationships and stuff. And like it's really important to be able to say something like, yeah, I don't want to be damaged in whatever you're going through. And that's perfectly okay to say. I quite like that. I don't think I've ever said that. I should say it more.
Wow.
That is really not discreet.
Right there in the parking
with the door
parking
open.
Lot. What the fuck?
I mean...
Good for you.
Yeah.
Your turn.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
No, for real. I just like making you feel good.
Tell anyone about this, I'll fucking kill you, yeah?
Yep.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, but that's got some layers.
Yeah, but
Spencer's got some vulnerabilities there. And also it's surprising for someone as like hyper toxic mask as him to be like, yeah, no, it's not about me, it's about you. But I think that comes from like maybe he's actually got a lot more like lack of
maybe
confidence
that's just
and
what
shit.
he likes.
Could be.
In which case, fair enough.
But I don't think so.
Oh.
Because remember, he got rejected by Anne-Marie.
I don't think
Not-
that wasn't the reason for
The
rejection.
other.
To clarify at this point, that was not the reason for rejection. It was just something that did happen when they were trying that evening, that fateful night.
But experiences like that can have very mentally
it's like a downward
scarring.
spiral.
Yeah,
It reinforces the mental aspect.
absolutely.
Yeah, but landlords and real estate agents are abortions of Satan, and I've been trying to get a fake ID, but now I'm thinking, what if we all move in together?
Love it. Great idea.
With what money?
Guys, we would be the
Tut is upset.
epicenter of social life at Heartbeat.
Exactly. Think of the parties.
It's perfect.
Let's maybe have a think.
Don't
I
pressure
just don't
him
wanna
into
do
doing
it.
There we go.
Okay? Sorry,
Not bad, right?
It's terrible.
Oh no, burn it.
Tommy Wiseau kind of way. You know, Brian De Palma, Mission to Mars kind of way.
Knowing loads of films isn't gonna make Zoe fuck you.
It will one day, peasant.
Okay, we're making friends already.
You need some help?
Yes.
Really?
Lots.
People using clip art makes my soul kind of sad. Do you want to run a clean campaign, or do you want to win?
What do you have in mind?
Smear campaign.
You are supposed to be representing the best of like campaigning. They filmed it.
How do you feel about going undercover?
Investigative journalism.
I will join.
Yes, Rowan.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. We're watching this as our own government is changing potentially and undergoing an election campaign.
And there's something to be said about smear politics because I think it happens.
It's true.
But it gets to a point where I do wonder if it's fair to make, like, I think your campaigns, I think politics should rid itself of dirtiness, right? And your campaign should be authentically about what you're going to do, and you shouldn't spend most of your campaign making, you know, things about like, this person's bad. I think it happens a lot worse in America for sure. But even in the UK, as you say, since we've started to go into this election, you know, you see the amount of like posts from each side being like, they're going to do this and they're going to do... It does make you kind of think, oh, politics is just a bit of like a, you know, when they campaign, it's more of like a fuck, their shit. I want to hear what you're going to do, hon. Like,
I'm much more likely to vote for someone who just tells me what they're going to do.
Exactly.
Rather than like, oh, did you hear what she said?
yeah, rather than, look over there.
But this is what they're doing.
This is what they're doing. Again, it's like this show being so reflective of what's going on in the world. I love it.
Oh, no.
Oh, baby. We sometimes get so vulnerable that like our only source of like happiness is when we're either like in relationships with people or we've got someone else to be. And that's fine. But I think there comes a point in life where you need to learn to like be happy on your own, and that is not easy for everyone.
I thought you said you were hungry.
I was,
But what?
I'm not sure I can watch movies like this.
No, you must watch movies like
No,
this.
I can't.
It is important to have appreciation
No, I need
of
like dopamine fix. And I don't
classic
get it from that.
cinema. Mind you, not all classic cinema is necessarily the best representation.
Not all
of,
classic
like,
books are good reads. you
yes,
know?
but it is still good to have a certain appreciation for it.
Well, I appreciate that they paved the way to the brilliant cinema that we have today.
Precisely.
Doesn't mean I have to watch it.
Well, no, girl.
For God's sake.
It's happening! He should know better.
Anne-Marie is not
And she should know better.
at all ready for this. This is going to happen, isn't it?
I love the you know, we had that very brief conversation where Rowan was like, very similar to like David in Schitt's Creek, where he was like, I just like, you know, I've tried loads of things, and then just like seeing that in kind of like the way the show is like exploring it, and there's no labels, and there's no, you know, or even there's no like kind of what I imagine would be like no prejudice from like Amory being like, well, you've just been with a guy, but actually I'm happy to, you know, explore that. I love it, it's so progressive.
Is it because of me?
What?
The reason you don't want to move in together? Is it too weird for you? Are you worried what people will think or that it'll trigger me or some shit?
Oh no, I think I know. Because he knows that Chuck is still after him. And if he moves in with Harper, it could put her in danger. And he brings that baggage.
I figured going with a guy'd be easier. Less of a head fuck, you know?
I hate to break it to you, but you fellas are worse.
We're not the problem. We're bloody bisexual icons.
Yes.
Yes, you are. We're bloody bisexual
I need you to tell me
icons.
why
Should
I'm
be on a
shit
shirt.
Oh.
Okay, maybe too far.
Got a pen?
Sure about me. I'm the one who's unsure about you.
Oh! Oh my goodness me.
Hi. I'm Missy. Hi, Missy. I'm Kate.
Don't use the word casual if you actually mean buy myself time while I figure out if I'm into dudes. By the way, is a journey of self-discovery that your girlfriend would have been more than happy to support. Don't turn up at your ex-girlfriend's house asking for tips on how to win back the guy you left her for.
Yeah.
I'd really actually
I
quite
love
like to do this with some of my exes. I think it could
Everything wrong about you.
Yeah, it could be really insightful.
Can't we have like a list of pros and cons?
I think I do have a couple of exes who would happily sit down for an hour and talk. Kind of like having a review of a restaurant and then like the restaurant going, oh, thank you for the feedback. We'll try to improve our menu or whatever. You should do that with relationships. You should have a feedback sesh. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, why the Real Housewives have a reunion. Y'all gotta like just...
I don't think it needs to be as formal as this. It could be like, so babe, how was the cooking this evening? And you'd go, rancid.
For the record, it wasn't all bad. I could make a list of good things too.
I mean, that really wouldn't hurt right now.
No, they're not
Whoa, what are you doing?
No,
You're not
sorry.
the guy.
No.
Just everything you were saying. That's
This
Yeah,
literally, this is it. Like, he needs to take a minute, take a breath, focus on himself,
Yeah.
and then go out into the world.
He thinks that like the way to happiness is through showing physical intimacy and appreciation to other people when they give him compliments or whatever or attention. And it's like, that's one way of doing it, but that isn't
also-
actually going to help you.
Yeah.
I can't take her seriously with a frog on her face.
Is it just me or is everything really wrong and weird?
Nah, it's not you. Darren and Harper are just pissy at me because I won't move out with them.
They're moving out together?
I
Too
can
much to
really
process.
relate to this. I feel like I've gotten to points where like if there's so much kind of like going on that I've been out of the loop or like a change, my anxiety goes through the fucking roof. And I think Quinny as a character is definitely, you know, she's far more on this on the neurodivergent spectrum, so I can barely imagine what's going on with her right now.
I get that they're trying to do something nice for Quinny, but actually probably just like having a chill at home would have been like a better option.
Yeah.
It's a new phone.
We couldn't find the old one, so...
We think whoever stole it probably ditched it somewhere, but it's nearly exactly the same as your old phone.
But it wasn't about the phone. I just wanted it because it would show us who Bird Psycho is.
We said you didn't need to do that anymore.
No, but I want to. You're making campaign videos with Rowan. Darren and Harper are moving out together. There's too many conversations with too many people happening too fast. I don't want to be a burden, but I'm never giving any time. And then I find this thing, this one thing that I can control, that I can share with you all and participate in it, that I'm useful for. And I'm told that I'm doing that wrong too.
Things change. And they're gonna keep on changing. We can't not grow as people just because it's hard for you. Quinny, I love you. But the world can't always play by your rules.
My rules? Darren, the world's never played by my rules. I spent my entire life playing by your rules. No more masking. No more pretending. No more worrying that I'm going to be too much for anyone else.
I get both points of view because it's really difficult to, like, sometimes it's really hard for people who see the world differently and how they cope with it to kind of like find a middle ground and understand it the same way. I totally get both points of view. We should all just be a little bit more appreciative when we get to know people in life. It's just kind of respect that, like, just because you manage to go through the world one way and see the world a certain way. Kind of similar to, you know, again, Schitt's Creek, where David was like, well, that was easy for you, Alexis, but it wasn't for me. Like, I went through shit. And you know, like, we all have different experiences, and you can't expect one experience to fit for everyone.
But there will be moments where it comes to a bit of like
yeah,
like
absolutely,
clash of those two things, and then maybe, you know, there's a bit of like pull in one direction to kind of even it all out again, and then it will continue for a bit, and then it will come to a new climax at some other time. You know?
I actually think Quinny's right, though. It's like, if anything, we should just think about ourselves a lot. Not in the selfish sense, but in the sense of like, do what makes you happy in life. Don't try and like pretend and live this other life for the sake of other people.
I always wanted a girl, of course, and then there was the double disappointment when it became apparent that Spencer doesn't have a queer bone in his body. Toxic masculinity is just so, it's so pervasive. There, I mean, despite my best efforts, there is something in the DNA of a man, and it's just very dangerous.
That's so
Do you think
uncalled for.
that if a virus got rid of all the men on the planet, that all our problems would disappear like that?
I reckon we'd be left with a few.
There is a conversation there that I have not ever kind of seen presented. It makes me wonder if sometimes in our pursuits to over raise people in a very, and I'll use the word, but I don't like the word, a very woke way of thinking and being progressive is a better way of saying it, in a very progressive way, and kind of trying to really make sure we bring out the best in people. Does that have, if we do it so militantly, does that actually have a backfiring effect on actually, because there's so much expectation to have our children be, you know, she was like, there's not a queer bone in his body, as if she wanted that. And it's like, does that actually cause generations and children to be, you know, kind of not be that? Because it's almost like this forced, and I don't think it's that hard to grow up and just teach people basic human values that are good. But I think if you over expect and make, like I say, do it so militantly, like she seems to be doing it, I can understand that then your child could grow up being like, stop it, because I don't want, you know, I can understand it having like a backfire effect, and I think you can be over-parenting in that way.
Ultimately, you know, your children, even though they are children, they are still people. They have their own individual personalities, their own traits and quirks and all the rest of it, and you can never mold someone into your kind of perfect child. You just have to accept who they are and, you know, steer them in the right direction so they don't kind of go astray and you know, develop behaviors that are maybe not acceptable.
And all these kind of like really extreme points that I think actually can be detrimental. If you're kind of going to someone, you've got to be this amazing, and you've got to be a bit queer, and you've got to be this, and you've got to...
Inherently, because you're a man, you are wrong.
Yeah, and inherently, you know, I think it's overpowered. I think, and it sounds wild, but I think it doesn't make you any better than kind of someone who's being right-wing and also throwing shit down people's throats. Because we shouldn't be, like, it shouldn't be like that.
I think the key word is extreme.
Yeah, it's extreme.
As we've said frequently, there is a balance. There is some, a very wide middle ground, and then these little extremes on either side of the kind of...
It's good recognizing
politics.
it as well, because, for example, like what we do, I don't consider to be extreme. I consider just to be like, informing people about like, it's okay to be queer and etc. and what we want.
Well, it's okay to be you.
Yeah, it's okay to be you and what we want to see, and kind of spreading that message in our community. I don't consider that extreme, but maybe I would consider it extreme if we were kind of doing this in a lot more of a sort of like
throwing it down your throat.
You're throwing it down your throat, telling people that they were wrong. If they were men or if they were kind of like, and yeah, there's wrong ways to go about trying to spread positive messages, and that is, yeah. I get it with Spencer now. That's mad.
I get that it'd be really hard not to react to, but I don't buy any of that shit she was saying. You always have a choice about the kind of man you want to be.
Is it me? Do I run my mouth too much? Like, did I do something wrong? Because I haven't been with many guys before.
No, it's not you. I promise. I can't get it up.
What? At all? Like, ever?
So feel free to run away whenever. Now.
I've got nowhere to be.
That's a nice scene.
The assumptions of sexual rejection can again have an effect, and like Missy going, actually no, I'll stay, because he was like expecting her to walk away. For all we know, could have like immediately started to help his mental health and how he his relationship with.
It would have changed the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But they cover a lot of topics in this show.
They do.
A lot. Just to have them on screen.
Just
I think,
just to hear those topics
is great.
Yeah. Because people could just be like, I am not the only one. Like that's the great thing about this show.
I'm represented.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, we just want to make sure everything's okay. I'm fine. God, how many times have I got to say I'm...
Honestly, how does he deal with his past?
Cash, don't do something stupid.
Oh, what's wrong with you? You come to my nan's house with that shit, you dog? She's off limits!
So's ratting to the cops, but here we fucking are.
It's bad for business not having a fucking school connect. I can't. I can't do that anymore. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So tell me what it is. What do I got to do to square up? Because I need you to leave me be.
No, he's got him in, and now...
That's not good news.
Whoa, oh my god, this is so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Why so sad?
I don't know. Fix it if you want.
No, this is bad plan.
She finally understood the way things really were.
Let's do it. Let's move in together.
Oh no.
And in that moment,
what's happened?
She realized the real enemy had been under her nose the whole time.
Rowan is Bird Psycho? Rowan is Bird Psycho.
What?
And the note, one of the notes in the ground that Amory thought was Malachi was forget Amory.
What the hell?
I'm not feeling good about how this is going.
Any of this, mate.
It's keeping us on our toes, though. I like that.
Yeah, mine's just gone numb, actually.
Your foot's gone numb.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay. Well, that's episode 5. Only 3 more to go, and I don't. don't get that ending.
No spoilers about what's ahead, please.
But great conversations in this one. Really great conversations about, as you say, so many topics and just, yeah, stuff to kind of make you think. And yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yes.
Happy Pride Month.
Do check out our fundraiser again below for mermaids. And yeah, have a lovely Pride.
See ya.
Bye. Hey everyone, if you liked that video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and check out all of our other playlists and videos.
And if that wasn't enough and you want to get more involved, check out our website at aswtcommunity.com, where you can find our Patreon, blogs, Discord, merchandise, and much more.
Yes, now do gay shit!